Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more Umineko When They Cry episode 4. So last episode we saw NJ and Okonogi, right? Speaking about love and truths. And in this episode, it might be very interesting, or rather very intense based on the music that we're hearing right now. The Sumadera family are after NJ. Let's see how far they will take it. Will they kidnap her? Will they take her? What are they gonna do? We're gonna find out today. So let us continue. NJ wasn't a fool herself. She got off the elevator, but on the 3rd floor. A taxi in the 2nd level of the basement. That's so neat and clean that I don't like it. It's probably better to refuse for now. But my enemies aren't fools either. And they're probably waiting in the 1st floor, a lobby as well as the underground parking lot. It's such a massive building. Instead of getting anxious and escaping outside, maybe it's better to stay inside and wait it out. No, that's useless. If they get their hands on a security room in a modern building like this, I'll have nowhere to run to. I mean, it's much more dangerous, I think, here. Like, imagine if how many people the Sumadera family has with them, and then Okonogi as well. Yeah, this place is dangerous. This entire building is like a massive dead end. True. Like, you can stay here, you can stall, but they will still catch you if you don't leave this place. 3rd floor is the business floor. A young girl like me will clearly stick out. Trying not to stand out any more than I had to, I walked at a brisk pace, searching for an emergency exit. It'd be perfect if that staircase was an outside one. I found a door to the emergency exit. After opening the heavy doors, I found the outside staircase I'd hoped for. I bumped into a man who looked like an employee skipping work and smoking a cigarette. After glaring at me, he quickly crushed out his cigarette and went away. It looked like there was no one below. If I'm gonna escape, now's my only chance. Just when I thought that, a black car slid right under me and came to a sudden stop with an incredible squealing of the tires. Judging by the sound of the tires, it seems they had several other allies and that one of them had come here to block this path.
かすみおばさん、やるじゃない。非常口から出てくるメイにまで送迎車を送るなんて。
Little sister. Bam! The doors of the car were forcefully opened and 3 black-suited men jumped out, looking up at the emergency staircase. Crap, our eyes met.
12、マルタイ発見。
Target found.
北西側非常階段3階。応援遅れ。援者様！そこを動かれませんように！ご無礼を失礼します。
The 3 of them began to clamber up the emergency exit. They already announced that they have planned to be rough. This is pretty bad. As long as they don't stop breathing, they've probably been ordered to grab me no matter what, even if they gotta rip out one of my arms. Their heavy, wild footsteps became a helix and began to rise from the lower floors, getting closer. In the entrance of the lobby of the building, a woman with 7 black-suited guards behind her advanced at a leisurely pace. Also, is this, Kyrie's sister? Seeing this ostentatious entrance, the security guards for the building ran up to them, asking if they had an appointment.
これだから東京人は。
Dude, I can see her face, become like super, like angry, like this is a fake smile, is what I'm saying. Yeah, and then when we see actual face, it's gonna be terrifying.
名乗らせなければ相手の格もわからない。
失礼いたしました。当社ではご来賓の皆様にはフロントにてセキュリ。
下がれ、下船が。
Back down, scum. Damn.
私はお前たちの社長に呼ばれてきたんだよ。おこのぎ哲郎を呼んでおいで。呼びつけておいて出迎えもないとはね。これだから東京人は。
こ これは失礼。ようこそ後宮グループへ。須磨寺かすみさん。
Kasumi. With his secretary behind him, Okonogi dashingly appeared from the elevator. Even though both of them wore bold smiles, they were wrapped in a tension reminiscent of the smell of gunpowder.
エンジェはどこ？姉さんのかわいいかわいい姪を迎えに来たのよ、私は。
後宮グループでは時間厳守がモットーでしてな。時間を守れない人間は契約も守れないってのが先代会長のお言葉でして。
東京まで呼びつけてなんてざまなの？逃がしたわね。
逃げられたと言ってもらいたいですな。これでも随分足止めはしたんです。さすがに気取られましてね。須磨寺さんが時間通りに来てくれれば問題はなかったのですが、これだから地方人はルーズで困るんです。
今なんと、この私になんと。
You couldn't sense any of Kirei's open frankness in Kasumi's face. I kind of feel like Kasumi is kind of like Ava, but not like in a way, I guess, her personality. But Ava's a little bit different. Whenever Ava talks, it's like she's mocking everyone, right? But yeah, for this one, it kind of, yeah, a little bit of the personality is with this lady as well. She wore the arrogance of the ancient Sumadera family towards the ruined or Shiromiya family. Like, yeah, she looks down on people, I guess. As well as pride, because she didn't want anyone to notice that her family was declining so much that they couldn't ignore the Shiromiya family's wealth. Even at a glance, it was easy to understand why Enje hated her aunt so deeply. She couldn't stand even a slight insult, and though she still smiled, her eyebrow twitched. At the time, the black-suited man behind Kasumi whispered to her.
エンジ様を発見しました。対応中です。
あら、間に合ってよかった。ありがとうね、お好み。ようやくやんちゃな姪を連れて帰れそうだわ。私、あの子と一緒にゆっくりとお茶室で語らいたくて、お道具まで準備して待ってたんだから。
I waited so long to talk with that girl in my tea room with all of the tools prepared. We can just imagine what kind of tools those are. As a violent sound drew a helix, it rushed up at me from below, threatening to swallow me up. Of course, even if I fight, there's no way I'll be able to win. And yet, running into the building would be like jumping into a dead end of my own accord. My enemies will increase in number with time. If I don't do something here and now, I won't have any more chances to escape. Then, 3 muscular black-suited men came into view below me. 1, 2, and 3. 3 people, in other words, everyone who had gotten out of the car. If there had been just one of them, I might have been able to dropkick them or something and smash them in the head, which might work out. Like, can you actually really do that? But it really would be impossible with 3 of them. Wait, 3? If there's just 3, I should be able to make it. What is she gonna do? I can do it. Wait, what did she do? Wait, she did a dropkick? Wait, she jumped off the roof. Oh no, but yeah, package is secure though. What? I guess she jumped off that, yeah, the rooftop and then landed on the car, on the roof of the car. See, that worked out perfectly, didn't it? There was just 3 of them after all. I already tried that once from a higher place. Oh, so When they were going up, she jumped down. Jumped at the roof of their car so she can escape. I knew I'd be able to jump down at just 3 floors. It's a good thing the car they came in was right beneath me. Even if it wasn't as pleasant as a trampoline, it broke my fall a little gently, a little roughly.
失礼ここまでへこむこともないだろうに。
The roof of the car broke my fall, leaving a massive dent around my body. Car roofs are surprisingly delicate. I don't think it's because of my weight. Apparently the 3 people on the stairs hadn't planned on me jumping down. It seemed they now realized that they'd been outwitted and they were rushing down the stairs. I've gotta run and escape while I have the chance. I move my body, making clunking sounds on the car roof. But I'd be naive. Of course they wouldn't all rush up the stairs without leaving one person behind. There was one black-suited man left in the driver's seat of the car that had broken my fall. He stuck his head out of the window, and when he realized what had fallen on him, he jumped out. In a rush, I jumped off the roof, but the black-suited man's reaction was really fast. How could you even escape this place? These person has cars, right? A lot of people as well. Either there was a massive reward for capturing me, or there'd be some harsh punishment in store for them if they let me get away.
15 確保確保
And then she got caught.
気安く触らないで離して
I was mercilessly held down against the asphalt. I was being crushed face down, covered and pressed upon from above. It was a hold without a trace of elegance, but it was extremely practical and left me no room for resistance. I tried to push back with both hands, searching for a way to resist. But I was being pushed down solidly, and I couldn't even tear myself out of the asphalt. Then another car came, squealing its tires as it slid to a sudden stop. Is it all over now? The man that had been crushing me let out a sharp cry. He was yelling straight into my ear, making my left ear ring. What in the world? Along with a black suit guy, I felt with a tongue. After landing face up, the first thing I saw was an arm stuck out right in front of my eyes.
天草
Amakusa?
あんたどうしてここに
その話は巻いてからにしましょうぜ。
Jesus, who's this guy? He looks like Alan Walker from The Gray Man.
お嬢、車へ早く。
Amakusa grabbed my arm, easily pulled me up, spinning me around with himself as a center of gravity. Just when I thought it was a little like a dance, he flung me through the open door into the driver's seat. I climbed over the handbrake and slid into the passenger seat. Pushing me in, Amakusa also got into the driver's seat. Since we suddenly accelerated, I was still on all fours. I had to kick and struggle around on the chair for a while like a turtle that's been flipped over. Amakusa checked the rearview mirror for cars in pursuit, but he flew into the artery of the big city without lowering his speed in the slightest. We suit our way between cars one after the other, just like a chase scene in some action movie. I was shaken by this horrible driving and had trouble sitting back down.
お嬢、お怪我は？
Yeah, he looks like Alan Walker. He looks like Kakashi from Naruto.
問題ないわ。人間って案外頑丈よ。私、次からは下りのエレベーターを逃したら窓から飛び降りることにするわ。
お嬢の趣味はエアダイブらしいや。ただ、次からは落下傘をつけることをお勧めしますぜ。
飛び降りた後に思い出せたらね。
クー。
He smacked the steering wheel, guffawing. Need an explanation for this flippantly talking man. Okay, do we have any, I guess, notes? Okay, we'll check this later. Okay, we'll read this later at the end. His name is Amakusa Juza. He was originally one of Aunt Ava's guards. Didn't she start to hate him because he chatted too much? He was much younger than the rest of the guards, but contrary to his outward flippancy, he'd hop from the 1st Airborne of the JSDF to the French Foreign Legion, placing himself in overseas private military companies and high-class security companies one after another, making for a pretty incredible and unique career. But I heard he deserted both JSDF and the French Foreign Legion, and that he'll be arrested if he enters France again. Okay. Both of these flippant episodes were very typical of him. The guards were certainly told not to chat with me unnecessarily, but he came and took a pass at me, didn't he? Aunt Ava was apparently particularly put off by that and had supposedly dismissed him shortly before she died. So why is he
そ
here
の
then?
軽口が懐かしいわ。クビになった後はどうしてたの？
ブラックウォーターでエクササイズの指導を。休暇で帰国したら小此木社長に高給を提示されまして。
Wait, Okonogi hired him?
んで、また脱走？こんな男、何の役に立つのかしら。
来週までに帰りゃ脱走にはなりませんので。話があったのは昨日です。お嬢が厄介な連中を呼び込むかもしれないと言われまして。
Wait, so Okinogi is in our side, or was he... or what? I'm confused.
まさにその通りで申し訳ないわね。
お嬢と面識があってドタバタの経験も豊富ってことでご指名が来たんでしょうぜ。お嬢のおかげでハッピーな休暇と小遣い稼ぎになりそうです。
Happy vacation.
おこのぎさんがあんたを私の護衛に雇ったってこと？
お嬢に恩を売りたいんでしょうぜ。
I mean, is this real though?
首の後、お好みの社長にはいろいろと世話になってましてね。いろいろと弱みを握られてんで逆らえんのですわ。
Can you even trust this guy?
はあ、おこのぎさんの世話になると後々で高くつきそうね。
But pretty much you're saying that Okonogi is still on Ange's side, right? I don't trust him. I don't trust Amakusa. Right now. We're gonna find out later.
で、あんたは私をどこに連れて行くつもりなの？
どちらへでも週末までは雇われてます。それ以降は別料金で。
Yeah, how about you just hire him? Don't you have money now?
一日いくら
5万で手を打ちます。
50,000 yen per day? How much is that?
経費は別ですぜ。
軽口を叩かないなら倍払うわ。雇用期間は未定。何週間かになるかも。
It's like said $330 per day. I mean, that's very expensive, right? I don't know.
そりゃ大変だ。
I mean, for me, that is very, very high.
ボスに休暇の延長を電話しねえとなりませんぜ。
Yeah, but then again, he might actually die, right? With this thing he's been doing, guarding NJ here. So, I mean, I guess it's worth it.
私、どうしてもあの日のことが調べたいの。
ああ、例の六軒島の。
そうよ。12年前にあの島で何があったのか、私の手で納得がいくように調べたいの。
そんな昔のことを今さら調べて、今さら新しい発見がありますかね。
そうね。だからこれは私の自己満足のための旅なのよ。それを終えたらネギでも背負ってスマデラの家に行くわ。かすみおばさん、私にお抹茶をご馳走したいとか言ってたっけ？角材の上に正座させられて石でも抱かされながらのお茶かしら。
そりゃおっかねえや。
50,000. It's literally like a
申し
salary.
訳ございません。見
1
失いま
month.
した。
A 1 month salary in my country, I would do that. Yeah, for one day, with a chance of dying, I'd do that.
仲間と思われる男が一人脱出を援護。スタンガン所持、運転技術その他から見て素人ではありません。
そう、ありがとう。
She's mad.
残念よ、おこのぎ。これがあなたのお返事だということでよろしいかしら。
逃がしたのはあんたのヘマだ。俺の知ったこっちゃないね。
I ain't trust this guy. I mean, let's just say he's helping now, but I cannot.
あなたにもぜひ今度お抹茶をご馳走したいわね。京都においでの際にはぜひお立ち寄りなさいな。行くわよ。
あれ、もう帰っちまうのかい？お茶漬けでも食ってけばいいのに。
I could offer you some chazuke first. What does that mean? Why did she laugh? With her back still facing Okunogi, she laughed softly but with an increasingly shrill and hateful tone, using that as a substitute for a sharp parting remark. Just as she stopped laughing, her features suddenly changed to look like a demon's. Oh, let's see her face. But because her back was facing him, Okunogi couldn't see that expression. No! Okunogi watched her go, laughing coolly. His secretary whispered over his shoulder.
よろしいのですか？エンジェお嬢様は我が社の筆頭株主です。スマデラ家が後見人になれば。
知ってる？だがな、うちも天下の後ろ宮だ。舐められてたまるかってんだ。しかしあいつうまく立ち回ってくれたようだな。あとはエンジェちゃんの好きにさせるさ。頼むぜ、天草。
But I kind of like this Okunogi version, even though he's still a bad guy here. Compared to the Higurashi one, I haven't finished Higurashi yet. I'm on the last chapter, but yeah, I kind of like this one. This one is much better. He's much more, I guess, much more interesting, I would say. The way he talks, his position in this, right? In this game, I mean.
霞様、逃走車両はレンタル、提示した免許証は偽装とのこと。明らかにプロです。
A pro.
おそらく車両は放棄するでしょう。追跡は困難です。警察に追わせますか？
そうね。家出娘の捜索願いでも出そうかしら。税金を納めてるんだもの。警察にもたまには役に立ってもらわなきゃ。母上に私にお任せをと啖呵を切ってお屋敷を出てきたんですよ。あなた、私にさらに恥をかかせるおつもり？あんたらまとめてお抹茶を振る舞った方が良さそうね。
What does she mean by matcha? So she keeps saying that. Yeah, to serve some matcha for everyone at once, doesn't it?
地下のお茶室は狭いから順番待ちの行列になっちゃうかしら。
And yeah, the guy's scared. Look at that. He doesn't like matcha.
全力で捜索します。
ああ、本当に可愛い子ね。姉さんに本当にそっくり。自分勝手で自由奔放なあたりが本当にそっくり。
She really is a cute kid, just like Nesan, especially the way she freewheels and does as she pleases. Okay.
もう姉さんにしか見えなくなってきたわ。
And now I can't see anything but Nesan, so I wonder what Kyrie did for them to be like super angry, right? She's saying she freewheels and does as she pleases. What did she do?
本当に楽しみよ。
I mean, I guess she is in the Oshiromiya family, Kyrie. She's a competing, let's say, rival family, right? Is she angry because her, let's say, her sister went to the Oshiromiya families? Yeah, married into the Oshiromiya family. That's why they're angry. Maybe that's it.
姉さんの娘をお茶室にお招きできるなんてね。
So yeah, the things we learned about Kasumi today is she loves her tea room and she loves matcha. A lot of it. But isn't this the same? No, I mean this CG. I think I've seen this CG in Higurashi before. Kinda. Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure, but it kind of looks similar. The Sumadera family sure moved quickly.
おこのぎさんに売られた？
ご冗談を。俺のクライアントですぜ。お嬢を売ったなら俺を雇ったりはしませんぜ。
それもそうね。
ああ、だから3階でエレベーターを降りたんですか。
地下駐車場に車が待ってるなんて手際が妙に良すぎたから。おこのぎさんに売られたかもしれないって思って。駐車場に待ち伏せがいたかどうかは今となっては証明不能だけどね。
なるほどね。社長め、気の毒に。お嬢に信用されてないらしい。その地下の車って俺のことです。
え？
What? That car in the basement was mine.
天草のことだったの？
着いたエレベーターが空だったんで焦りましたぜ。連中の無線を盗聴できてなきゃ今頃どうなってたやら。
つまり何？私が素直におこのぎさんを信じて駐車場に行ってれば、私は3階から飛び降りるなんて真似する必要もなかったってこと？
そうなりますな。ま、結果オーライですがね。
I mean, you can't really blame Enji here. No one is gonna believe Okonogi. Sure, he's doing this, but yeah, he has his motives. What the hell? If I hadn't suspected President Okinogi, I could have easily escaped without getting caught in a tough spot. President Okinogi might have sold me out. No, since Paranoid told me that, it was better to assume that he sold me out, I suppose, and concluded that he sold me out. I mean, because of my inability to believe him regardless of his truth. We were talking about love and truth last time. My truth became he sold me out. I thought back on President Okonogi's words. Can you really call the truth without certainty truth? Truth can change completely depending on whether you love or you have love or not. In the end, perhaps truth itself doesn't exist. There's many interpreted truths as there are people who speak of the truth. If I can't accept something that fluid as the truth, where does the truth that I really want to find exist? And is it something I'll be able to see with my eyes? Even if someone sticks the truth right there in front of me and says it's the truth, I might not be able to see it.
愛がなければ見えないか。あなたのかけらは随分と賑やかね。
Burn Castle. She finally showed.
退屈しないわ。あなたは言ったわ。12年前の真実を探れと私に命じた。でも、なんだかわからなくなってしまった。何が？真実って何？人の数だけ真実がある。人の数だけ解釈がある。そしてそれは主観によって歪められ、いくらでも姿を変える。真実ってものはそんなにも不定形であやふやなものなの？そうよ。真実は不定形。粒子のようであり、波のようでもあり、箱の中の猫が生きていると思おうが
死んでいると思おうが自由。でも真実はとても繊細。それは観測されただけで姿を変えてしまうわ。
シュレディンガーの猫箱とかいう話？
Schrodinger's cat.
寝言よ。箱を開ければ真実はわかる。開ける前の議論なんて机上の空論もいいところ。
そうね。にもかかわらずその空論を否定するには箱を開ける必要がある。開けられない箱の中身についてのあらゆる想像は否定不能。つまりは真実ということ。
真実は否定されない限りその形状を維持する。
そう。真実は観測されない限りその形状を維持する。
つまり暴けなきゃどんな妄言も真実たり得るわけね。
ええ。無限の想像はそれらが互いに矛盾していたとしても否定されず同時に真実として存在できる。
家族みんなが六軒島の魔女に囚われて永遠に12年前に閉じ込められているというめちゃくちゃな話すら、12年前に何があったかわからない限り真実として存在できる。
ベアトリーチェという魔女は12年前の六軒島に無限の想像の余地をこじ開け、そこを猫箱として全てを飲み込んだ。
Okay, that's a nice analogy there. Yeah, you could say that, right?
開かれぬ箱の中の全ては真実。
I mean, yeah, that's kind of right though. That's pretty good. You don't know what happened on that island, so it becomes endless. So yeah, you can just create all these theories. It may be like this, it may be like that, but unless you open it, you wouldn't really know, right? Endless, it becomes endless. I like that.
閉まったままならね。私がこじ開ければいいだけの話。
So you can just theorize, right? But unless someone opens it, then yeah, you would know what really happened.
でも、その箱は12年前に閉じられ、どこにあるのかもわからない。
And we will open that box sometime in the future.
仮に六軒島に訪れたとしても、私は荒れ果てた島で12年前の何を知ることができるというの？
さあ、何を知ることができるのかしら。いずれにせよそれは1998年という12年後の未来を自由に闊歩できる。最後の魔女エンジェ・ベアトリーチェにしかできないことよ。
The final witch, Enge Beatrice.
ベアトリーチェのゲーム版は1986年10月4日から5日の2日間。つまりそれはあなたが彼女のゲーム版の外へ自在に動ける駒だということ。そしてベアトリーチェですらこのゲーム版を超えた未来へは干渉できない。
そうやって言われると、私ってかなり優秀でずるい駒だわ。
あなたが身を置く12年後という未来は確かに遠いわ。しかし駒は未来に位置すれば位置するほど強い力を持つの。言ったでしょ、真実は観測されると姿を変えると。
そういえばこんな話を聞いたことがあるわ。ある日突然ケンタウルス座の恒星が爆発してしまっても、その爆発の光が地球に届くには 4.4 光年だから4年半の月日が必要になる。
そうね。
What? Come to think of it, I heard something like that once. Even if one day, all of a sudden, a star in the constellation Centaurus were to explode, the light from that explosion would have to cross 4.4 light years. So it would take 4.5 years to reach Earth. Okay.
つまりケンタウルスの太陽がすでになくなっているとしても、地球人は4年半の間その事実を知覚できない。光より早く知覚する手段は存在しないのだから。
When we learn that the sun in Centaurus has exploded, we Earth people will paint over a history of 4.5 years ago with a new truth. We will revise history with a new fact that it exploded 4.5 years ago. However, for the 4.5 years period until we learn that, despite the fact that it has already died, the mistaken truth that the sun of Centaurus still exists will be able to exist as truth. The truth of the future wins against the truth of the past.
そうよ。もともと六軒島の事故はただそれだけならば、エヴァおばさんと後宮家の財産をめぐる陰謀疑惑でしかなかった。しかしそれが後年オカルトによって脚色され、陰謀は魔女伝説として塗り替えられる。
Even though it was clambered over as a conspiracy at the time of the crime, later on, strange cult theories which claimed that it was the work of the witch ran rampant and began to paint over the truth of October 5, 1986. The conspiracy theories will probably be forgotten over time, and only the more bizarre, impressive witch theory will continue to remain a superstition, eventually covering up the conspiracies.
そう。恒星爆発の光が地球に届くまでの間の虚偽の真実が陰謀説という人間説だったかのよう。数年後に漂着した手紙入りのワインボトル、メッセージボトルがそれをオカルト説という魔女説に遡って塗り替え始めた。そうよ。魔女なんて1986年の時点では存在しなかった。その数年後にメッセージボトルによって私たち未来の人間に観測されたから魔女が六軒島を支配した。
少し修正が必要よ。1986年の時点でも魔女は存在できたわ。
The witch could have existed even during 1986.
無限に存在できるあまたの可能性の中の一つとしてね。
確かに。観測されたら消えてしまう。猫箱の中に縮こまってね。だからメッセージボトルは悪質なのよ。魔女は箱の外に出ようとした。自らを観測させて魔女説以外の可能性を淘汰した。つまり自らを否定できないように魔女説以外の全ての可能性を否定したということ。なんてこと。つまりベアトリーチェは悪魔の証明を正攻法で成し遂げたのよ。そしてそれは初めから魔女の計画に組み込まれていた。
メッセージボトルは1986年より未来に観測される情報ね。ベアトリーチェにもバトラにも観測できない。エンジェ・ベアトリーチェにしか観測できない。
The message bottle is information observed in the future of 1986. It can only be observed by Ange Beatrice.
本当はメッセージボトルのことなんて調べたくなかった。だってそれを読むことは魔女の言い分を聞くのに同じ。魔女説なんて妄言を無視している私には時間の無駄でしかないと思ってた。でもおこのぎさんに言われたわ。片方の目だけじゃ物事を立体的に見られないって。
魔女否定の視点と同時に魔女肯定の視点も必要ということ。それは正しい考え方よ。視点の数は分母に同じ。視点の数が1では分子である謎はわずかほども減らない。しかし視点の数が増えれば増えるほど謎は割り算されていく。
分かってるわ。事件の数年後、近隣の島に流れ着いたメッセージボトル。 それは神塚の手に渡った。アポイントは一応取ってあるの。
I was able to hear Aunt Ava say from Okonogi-san. Next up is the witches say. Why don't I listen to Beatrice say? Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. I like the Schrodinger's cat earlier. The analogy there, that was pretty good, yes. So we're back. Okay. No. Let me read this. No. Okay, and just said. Okay. No, I thought it was gone. I was like, I want to read it. Let's start with here. Sumadera Kasumi, daughter of the declining noble family Sumadera, Ushiramiya Kirie's younger sister. She hates her sister Kirie so much that she loathes everything about her, so she also strongly hates Enji. She is the opposite of the free-willing person Kirie was and holds appearances in high regard, possessing a strong ambition for philanthropy. However, that is nothing more than a manifestation of her complex towards her sister, causing her to crave the limelight. There are several opposing factions in the Sumadera family, and they are constantly engaged in a secret feud over who will control the vast wealth Enji holds. These people are planning who's gonna control someone's money. I mean, I guess they can do that. They're super rich, right? They got all the people, they got the funds to do that. Probably. Okonogi. I mean, we read this already last time, yes. Amakusa Juza, a former guard of Ava's, an extreme thrill seeker who accepts dangerous jobs for a little pay. He had served as Ange's bodyguard before, but after he broke Ava's strict order not to talk to Ange countless times, Ava ultimately took a dislike to him and let him go. Why does Ava doesn't want a bodyguard to talk to Ange? Like, why? Like, isn't it much better if you actually know your bodyguards, right? To have a better relationship with them? If they're protecting you, I guess that's much better, right? Rather than not talking to them. But I guess, I mean, if you're rich, I mean, that's different. But yeah, for me, looking at that, like if you have a bodyguard, I think it's much better to know those bodyguards, right? Not just, oh, they're bodyguards, that's it. Ange herself didn't find him all that bad because he was someone she could talk to. Is that it? There we go. Where is it? JSDF, Foreign Legion, private military companies. This man has traveled them all and has skill in counter sniping and escorting VIPs. Okay. So yeah, 2 new characters. Mr. Amakusa right here. I mean, I guess he's okay. I mean, we don't really trust them. Him, Okunogi as well. And yeah, especially this one. This is a face. A face of a person who loves tea rooms and matcha a lot. But I can't wait to see her actual face when she's not smiling anymore. That would be nice to see, right? Just like, what is her name again? I forgot her name. The other witch, the original Beatrice. The silver-haired one. What's her name again? I forgot her name, but yeah. Remember in the last episode, the ending, the 3rd episode, yeah, Virgilia, she showed herself. She was smiling like that, looking like a, I don't know if you watch Soul Eater. Whenever I see those faces, it reminds me of the faces in Soul Eater, because in Soul Eater, yeah, one of my favorite actual shows, they're witches there, and sometimes they do that phases that, like, the camera, they twist it so the eyes are kind of like that. Yeah, it always reminds me of that whenever I saw that face. It's creepy. Yeah, it looks like a toad, I guess. I think it kind of looks like that, yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what Miss Kasumi is actually like. It's probably not the end for her, or I mean, we're still gonna see her for sure, but we are gonna find out when, right? So anyways, we are gonna continue this and do more of Umineko When They Cry episode 4 in the next one. So I'll just see you then, guys. Bye bye.